taller. Wish I was a baller. Wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller. Oh, well, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" Impala. Ooh, ooh. I think there's some stuff to analyze in this song. Number one, I wish I had my way. You could even speed on the highway. It's not like the biggest secret plan anyone's ever had. Like, hey, if we could do whatever we wanted, you'd be able to break the speed limit on certain roads. But more importantly, there's the height thing. Yeah. So I wish I was like 6'9". I was checking whether or not there was a like. I wish I was like 6'9". Even if we allow for a little bit of wiggle room, because there's a like. I wish it was like 6'9". That could be 6'8". I would argue that some 6'7" can be like 6'9", but I don't think any shorter than that is like 6'9". That's tall. Wait, there's Americans here. Do you know how tall 6'9" is, some of you? Oh wait, who doesn't use feet? Everyone doesn't use feet. Europeans. Are we the only people that use feet? Well, it's in this song. Isn't it Skee-Lo uses feet? Everyone seems to do centimeters. I don't understand. Anyway, it's 205 centimeters. Yeah. If you didn't know. It's very tall. No, my issue isn't him wanting to be taller. I haven't got to my issue yet. Hold your horses, Brillstar. Your horses have them held. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maddie. That's the primary benefit of the British Empire, is that Maddie understands what 6'9" is. We have some scrolling text along the bottom that's like, obviously, no to the British Empire. Thanks. No thanks. Everyone else is having a good time, Brillstar, so maybe the problem is you. I wish I was a little bit taller. And I wish I was like 6'9", which we've already scientifically established can be no shorter than 6'7". Okay, so if you're aiming for 6'7" and that is a little bit taller, how tall are you? Like, you're over 6 foot, right? You're not like 5'8" and you're like, if I could get a little bit taller, I'd be 6'8". That's a massive increase. Okay, that's like a maths. It's like an 18% height increase. That's not a little bit. So I think we're looking at someone who's 6'1", 6'2", saying, I wish I was, significantly tall, for no doubt the purposes of playing a great game of basketball, because basketball is a silly game where if you're really tall, you basically win. I will not be accepting any further commentary on that position. But then, the whole first verse is like, her boyfriend's tall, how am I going to compete with that? When it comes to playing basketball, I'm never picked. Like, this person is so short that no one wants them on the basketball team. But if they were a little bit taller, they would be 6'9". It's absolutely falling apart. It should be like, I wish I was significantly taller. And then where is this height coming from? Like, you put all of that height on, like, one part of your body, you're going to look silly. I wish I was proportionally significantly taller and also had invested more time in learning basketball. Also, who says, right, we don't really know the context of this. I'm assuming this is like a high school scenario, okay? We don't know that the teams are being picked solely based on how good they are at basketball. So what if you go and get height surgery, which is definitely a thing, and you get a foot taller? At least, if this is autobiographical, Skee-Lo's looking at 15 inches. That's an obscene amount of height. And you go and you go to basketball school and you come back and it turns out you were just being, I was being serious, Nira, but this whole thing is serious. And you were not being picked just because, like, they were only picking people who speak Italian. Because we don't know who's doing the picking. If this is just peers picking peers, there might be a whole value system, and ability to play basketball is probably less important than how much you whine about not being able to play basketball, and the assumption that you would get a girlfriend if you could play basketball. Like, that's the only prioritization of all of the girls as well. There's just like a lot of flawed logic. Also, why do you want a rabbit in a hat? Don't understand that. What, are you a magician now with a bat? What, like the animal? Or are you playing cricket? No, don't know what any of these things are. And you want a car, and then the rest of it's just about a car. Really, the dream to be able to speed a little bit. Rename Everyday Friday doesn't really work, right? That's just going to lose meaning. They haven't thought that one through. It's a little bit chaotic. If I'm honest, I had some more thoughts about Skee-Lo's I Wish, but I will save them. If they're in basketball school, well, this is the thing, Purge, right? We just don't have enough information. We need an exposition section to explain some of these things. If we're in a strict basketball-centric universe, then like, okay, some of the things will follow. I would accept that this extreme emphasis on basketball proficiency might be reasonable in that scenario. And then I'd say you're clearly not cut out for it, because you honestly spend 2 verses just talking about your car and 0 verses talking about your basketball. You could be describing the basketball to us, saying your sick dribbles and shots, the hoops, and also the throws, the running bit and the standing still bit as well. I don't need to watch the follower count decline in real time. That's not necessary for me. So it's just like internal inconsistencies. That's all I'm saying. Right, let's move on.